A new study says women's participation in the labor force has been stagnant for more than 20 years. Experts say financial factors like a lack of paid paternal leave from work may be part of the explanation, but others say a woman's decision to stay at home may just be personal. News 8's Leah Lynchide joins us with more.
Lisa, 23 years ago, the number of women working in America had doubled since 1950, reaching 74% in 1990. A study released by Cornell University shows that number virtually hasn't changed since then, and experts are pointing to our country's labor laws as the explanation.
I mean, every day I went to work and I loved it.
During her first pregnancy, Emily Jantz chose to leave her career as a dietitian to become a stay-at-home mom. At the time, she called the decision a sacrifice.
I'm leaving this career that I love and these patients that I love and this workplace that I love.
3 kids later, Emily's still at home with her family, and that sacrifice is one she's grateful she made.
It's been the most amazing blessing and a really big growing experience for me, having kids and pouring myself into that.
Emily's story is a familiar one across the country. According to a study by Cornell University, only about 75% of women are active in the workforce, a statistic that's remained stagnant since 1990.
The male labor force participation rate is still about 5% higher than the female labor force participation rate.
The study's authors suggest a lack of family-friendly labor laws that are holding back some women from joining the workforce. In particular, experts cite rising childcare costs and no paid maternity leave that can leave mothers hanging.
If a woman decides to have a child in the U.S., they're much more likely to leave the labor market, and then they're less likely to return afterwards.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that, once you get to like 3 kids, if they're all in daycare, it can be so costly.
A woman's decision to leave the workforce isn't necessarily only financial. Many women, like Emily, chose to stay at home for personal reasons. Ultimately, the choice may simply come down to what's best for each family.
It's really a decision you have to make for yourself and your family and decide what you want.
The price of raising a child, things like daycare and kids' health care, have increased by about 70% in the last 25 years. And the U.S. is also the only major industrialized country that doesn't require paid maternity leave for parents.
Thank you, Leah. It's not all bad news for women in the workforce. While the total number of women participating in the workforce has remained about the same, more and more women have taken managerial and CEO positions in the last several years.